Swati here, the Embodied Dharma Coach, with some Moon Day inspiration for you. So I have a little secret to tell you. It's actually easier to make more money than make less money. So if you are not making six figures yet in your spiritual business, these are 5 things you need to be looking out for in order to create more money. And 6 figures is the next step for your business. And then after that, it's all about restructuring and scaling in very similar ways. So once you know how to do this, everything starts to shift and change, and it just gets easier and easier for you. So here are 5 things to be looking out for. If you are not making 6 figures yet in your spiritual business, then you need to be aware of these things. And this is, this last year I made another 6 figures, and I didn't even try this last year. I should have tried a little bit harder, but I didn't, and I still made 6 figures. And I want to remind you that it's really that easy. And once you have these systems in place and your structures in place, it happens, and it happens whether you're trying or not. And then scaling and growing just becomes easier and easier. So it's actually not harder to make more money. It's easier. But there are some things that are likely blocking you and keeping you from generating more income and reaching that 6-figure level and then going on from there. So the first thing you need to be mindful of is, are you invisible? Now you're probably going to say to me, no, I'm doing all the things, and I'm on social media, and I'm doing lives, and I have a list and all of these things. But what I'm talking about is it's your inner work. It's your inner work around invisibility. What are you afraid of that you haven't tried yet? Where are you holding yourself back on some level? Maybe there's a part of you that's still playing small. And even though you think you're doing all the things and taking the steps, I invite you to really get honest with yourself. Where is there a part of you that is really resisting being more visible, shining brighter, and being more expressive and being visible? So if you want to get to the next level in your business, it's going to require more visibility and trying new things and facing your fears, transforming that fear into creativity. The second thing is your action steps are not bold enough. And what I mean by that is you are likely taking passive action steps, thinking that you're taking action steps and doing what you need to do in order to be more successful. But a passive step is not the same thing as a bold action step. And it comes back to facing your fear and facing your resistance. So this is about direct selling and direct asks and bold asks, being very direct, very clear, and saying exactly what you want and what you need, and following through with action steps. Passive steps look like just sending out a newsletter expecting results. So what I'm asking you to do is actually go to that client, that warm lead that you want to work with, and being bold and direct, saying, I know something that I could help you with. I see places where you're struggling, and I want to help you get to the next level. And here's what it looks like to work with me, and setting up a phone call and going from there, or a Zoom meeting and going from there. So make sure that your steps are not passive, that they're actually bold. And you've got to step into your courage for this. Step 3, and the third reason why you're probably not making 6 figures yet, is you don't have the right funnel systems in place. And so your content must attract and it must deliver. And your opt-ins must move someone from, I don't even know who you are, into getting to know you and generating warmth and relationship and connection. And this is about educating. So really remembering that everything you share and everything that you do must be about educating and inspiring. So one step leads to the next, and suddenly there's a relationship and it's blossoming and you're getting to know each other and things grow from there. So the number one thing that you have to remember when building a 6-figure plus business is it's all about relationships. And what kind of relationships are you building? So your funnel systems support that. Now, the fourth step, or the fourth reason why you are not making 6 figures yet, has everything to do with your pricing structures. And this is why it's so much easier to make more money than less money. And it's as easy as restructuring your pricing so that you can take less clients at a higher price point and have more time, more freedom, more joy, more pleasure in your life because you're not working all the time. So 5 clients at $2K a month gets you $10K. 2 clients at $5K a month, $10K. 17 clients at $600 a month, you're still at $10K. And so really, it's about your pricing. And I can't tell you how many women I meet who have best intentions and want to grow, and they are not pricing themselves properly. And it's costing you that nourishment and that pleasure that you are really seeking in your life and in your business. And there are a lot of reasons why we price accordingly and we price in a way that really feels good to us. But if there's a story here that is about, I can't do that, or my clients won't pay for that, that's where the work is. And I want to encourage you to lean into that work. And again, be willing to face the fear, transform that fear, and create with it. It's so powerful and it's so important if you want to create that 6-figure plus business and be more nourished in the process. So the 5th reason why you are not making 6 figures yet is you aren't educating properly in sales conversations. So you could have the best funnels, you could have the most, the perfect pricing, you could be taking bold steps, but if it comes to the conversation around signing a client and, taking money and educating a potential client on your amazing offering, if you are not skilled at educating people in the sales process, you are going to lose people. And people are not going to sign up for your offering, no matter what the pricing is. So this is about confidence, but it's also about being very clear and firm and direct and empowered and being in a leadership position, knowing the value and the incredible results that you provide and being willing to educate around that and noticing where people resist their own stuff, their own fears coming up, their own challenges to investing in themselves. These are places where you need to be skillful at helping people see where they're stuck and that there is possibility here for them to change this story. And so it's all about education and knowing how to coach someone through a sales process in a way that feels in alignment and good. And it's about education. So it's not about pushy. It's not about being salesy at all. But you do need to be doing work around any resistance to money or any challenges you have with money in general. And so this is where really falling in love with the power of money and the ways in which money can support healing and transformation and growth and it becomes a catalyst for massive transformation and healing. And side note here, I truly believe that money is just energy, and money is so positive and powerful in good ways when those of us with positive intentions and pure intentions have the money, can transform the money into something positive. For me, it's about purifying the money and making sure that the money that comes into my life is through Dharma, through service, through right action, and that all the money that leaves my bank account and my hands has been transformed through Dharma and through pure intentions. And I believe more of us need to be holding and using money, creating with money, who have that intention. So I hope you share that intention with me as well. And I want to encourage you to be one of these Dharma leaders who is holding more money, generating more money, transforming lives through your powerful gifts and wisdom. So if this is you, please join me for my Masterclass this Friday, Brilliant Leaders Masterclass. It's for women like you who are ready to hit 6 figures plus, but you know that you've got some blind spots that you're resisting stepping into your power and your leadership and your bold energy. And we need to do some exploring around where this resistance is. And once you know where the resistance and the blind spots are, and that place within you that's like, no, I can't do it. Once you know that place and you're on top of it, nothing can stop you. And it becomes so much easier to step into a 6-figure spiritual business and to really reach your goals and to create more nourishment and pleasure. It's not as hard as you're making it, and it's not as hard as you think it is. So please join me for my Brilliant Leaders Masterclass, where I am going to help you unpack and clarify where your resistance is, transform it so that you leave this masterclass with the exact steps that you need to create a 6-figure plus spiritual business this year, and do it with grace and ease. And I just want to share a little brag here, because one of my clients, Anne, who has been in my Dharma mentorship process this last year, she was already making 6 figures in her spiritual business. But this year, through our work together, she actually doubled her 6-figure income doing less, and met an amazing man on top of it to top her year off. And it's all about honoring your nourishment and your pleasure and committing to doing less, but being in right relationship with your power at the same time. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in my Brilliant Leaders Masterclass. Make sure you sign up before Friday so you can get in at the reduced rate, only $27. Would it be worth it to you for $27 to have the blueprint for creating a 6-figure plus spiritual business? I hope so. And if that's you, please join me on Friday for our live session, where I'm going to give you these step-by-step instructions, and we're going to do some personal work as well to transform the resistance and the blockages to you being bold, empowered, and receiving the nourishment that you're really seeking this year. So I'll see you there, and leave me a message below. Where do you think your resistance is? In 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, where are these places for you that you know already you're stuck, you're resisting, you may not be showing up fully, and you need some support around this? Let me know, and I'll answer questions in the masterclass on Fridays.